I don't know if you know if Justin Timberlake and Usher were actually fighting over who could sign him.
Hey, listen, he has a mind of his own. What he chose to do with his penis is his prerogative.
Puff and Usher did have a situation, and that situation led Usher to the hospital.
Started getting sexually abused from the time I was 5.
Freeze. You're in shock. I mean, children aren't supposed to handle that sort of stuff.
People don't know how serious it got. Like, it was legit crazy scary.
I can tell you that the #1 problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia.
That Justin Bieber got by Diddy.
It's not our fault that Usher didn't want to get fucked by Diddy anymore.
Which parent would say, you know what? We don't know you. We know that you're a celebrity. Go and hang out with this guy for weeks on end by yourself.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to puffy camp?
Hell no.
Imagine a teenage Justin Bieber suddenly thrust into the world of glitz and glamour, tied to the infamous Sean Diddy Combs as his mentor. But what if, behind that mentorship, there was a darker side that no one anticipated?
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. So, yeah, it's hard because I want her to know that, she can count on me. But at the end of the day, I don't want to, never going to force myself to be in a relationship with her. It has to be natural, right? So I just kind of, let her do her thing. And if she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters and
For years, rumors have circulated about the entertainment industry's icons, whispers of parties, secrets, and dangerous influences. Recently, one question keeps arising. Did Justin Bieber's mother, Patty Millette, unknowingly place her son in harm's way?
Where are you going? Hey, that's me. Get back in your cage. Justin.
Hey, I'm in charge of your grades, kiddo.
Justin, this is fun. So far, I'm getting straight A's, so I'm doing good. Justin. What?
I'm going to tell you.
I'm getting. Did you have to apologize?
No. My mom means the world to me. She definitely keeps me level-headed, but she's gotta understand. I'm 15, I joke around.
She knows I was joking. Obviously.
Gene Deal, a former bodyguard of Diddy, has stirred controversy by revealing unsettling truths about Bieber's early interactions with Diddy. He suggests that Patty may have unwittingly exposed her son to a world she barely understood. How did it come to this? Why would a caring mother allow her teenage son to party unsupervised with high-profile industry giants? And what might Diddy have done that left Justin and those close to him appalled?
And a lot of people have been trying to drag Justin Bieber into this situation because there's a lot of suspect looking videos with Diddy and Bieber in it, and they're making a lot of allegations.
Mm-hmm. Same way they made allegations about Usher when Usher was younger.
I mean, do you think that there's any credibility to these allegations?
When there's smoke, there's fire. Why would Diddy be tapping his kid in his chest to see if he wired? And asking him, are you wired? Why would he be confronting that kid? Why would Justin Bieber make a song about, what is it? I got smashed at a Diddy party or something like that? Why?
In the early 2000s, Patty Millette was a young mother under immense pressure. She had endured years of abuse, substance use, and hardship, and was beginning to see a glimmer of hope through her son's raw talent.
From a young age, my parents split, as, a lot of parents do, and my dad abandoned us, moved, 10 hours away, and then started getting sexually abused from the time I was 5 up until I was about 10 years old, and there was multiple abusers, and then, had really unhealthy relationships, and ended up getting into drugs and alcohol into teen years, and had an attempted suicide at 17.
It's hard to believe that somebody, I mean, just as beautiful as you've got Justin Bieber as your son, that you would even think about something as awful as suicide. That you've been through so much, though.
Yeah.
But you're really helping a lot of people, I would imagine.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, that's why I wrote this book, is just to help others get through similar things that I've been through.
For the people who are watching, the moms especially, who are saying, I've been through what you've been through, I identify with that, what advice would you give to them?
I would just say, talk to somebody and don't give up. There's hope. You don't have to stay in that dark.
Justin's early YouTube videos were gaining attention, and soon he was on the brink of stardom. Discovered by Scooter Braun and quickly signed to Island Records under Usher's guidance, he found himself facing a fame that came with forces far beyond Patty's control, including people like Diddy.
My mom was really she's a single mom, so she was really skeptical of the music business. She had no clue. We didn't have a lawyer. We didn't want to sign or anything. So.
Right, of course. So you said no to Maury Povich.
We said no to Maury. No disrespect or anything.
No, I hear you.
After that, management started contacting us, different managers and stuff. And my mom again was like, sorry, Justin, we don't have a lawyer. So we finally got in contact. This guy contacted us named Scooter, who's my manager now, and basically stalked us a little bit, kind of got in contact with us. And finally my mom was calling him back to, say, listen, stop calling me. And he was like, I really see a lot in your son. I can help you guys. And my mom was really skeptical at first. They ended up talking for a couple hours, and he knew some lawyers that we could talk to and stuff. So we ended up flying to Atlanta free of charge, just for him to check us out, get to know us. And
this is Scooter.
Yes,
yeah,
this is Scooter, and we ended up signing a deal with Usher a couple months.
Shortly after signing his record deal, a 15-year-old Justin found himself spending an unsupervised weekend at Diddy's home. Gene Deal recalls the chaotic atmosphere, raising serious concerns about Bieber's safety amid the freedom given to him.
Diddy, and he's not none of the names that I said? Probably so. But then they say he was young too?
Yeah, they say he was young.
Let me get his name right. I hope it ain't the Bieber. I hope it's not the Bieber.
That's a good one. It might be him. But if they saying that the guy is young and he's an A-lister, I can't think of that many black people, man.
Right. Not at all. And somebody that's more powerful, more of a celebrity than Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? If they were saying somebody that was more celebrity than Diddy, he was an A-lister, he was younger, you know what I'm saying? And if he's not black, it would have to be the Bieber. That's his name, Bieber? They said I got that wrong too. Justin Bieber, allegedly. I don't know.
Justin, in many ways, was thrown to the wolves. Diddy's legendary parties were known for their wild nature, exposing a teenage Bieber to an industry famous for relentless partying and hidden dangers. Many now argue he should never have been placed in such situations, a sentiment echoed by Gene Deal, who witnessed the darker side of entertainment.
Where would you like to go?
Wherever you want to go. Where we go?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
We're going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go get some girls.
Man after my heart. That's what I'm saying.
Adding more fuel to the fire, Justin, now a father, has reportedly distanced himself from Diddy amid recent controversies. The allegations against Diddy are severe, with over 120 people accusing him of offenses ranging from racketeering to toxic influence.
Because I can't say that. When I used to see him swing, it was always with him, another dude, and 2 girls. You know what I'm saying? When he was swinging with other people, you know what I'm saying? He always had other girls in the room or another guy in the room, even with his girl Kim, and he was swinging with her. So that freak off things, but him videotaping and everything like that, no, I can't say that I was privy to that. But you knew what was going on, you know, and just in the instant when people got it confused when I said, when he was in the room with Sarah and her girlfriend, and he had Ja Rule and him in the room. Yo, I didn't know they was doing anything freaky until Ja came out and said, yo, y'all didn't want to be in there because there's a lot of freaky things going on.
Gene Deal's revelations suggest that the environment Diddy fostered was far darker than Patty Millette could have imagined. Fans are now wondering, was Justin's path to fame paved with hidden dangers and manipulations?
Allegations against Sean Diddy Combs. An attorney says he represents 120 accusers who've come forward with sexual misconduct allegations. He expects to file civil lawsuits against the rap mogul. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky is tracking the latest. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, George. If these lawsuits actually come to pass, Combs would be facing sexual misconduct allegations on an unprecedented scale. This morning, new disturbing accusations against hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs from a Texas attorney who says he represents 120 alleged victims, men and women, whose allegations span more than 30 years.
The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world.
The accounts of the alleged victims, some of whom were children, have not been fully vetted, but their accusations involve the kind of drug-fueled recorded sexual assaults described in a dozen previous civil lawsuits and the criminal case against Combs.
What shocked me most was that it was going on openly in front of other people that you would know, who didn't do anything to stop it, who turned a blind eye.
As these allegations unfold, a pattern emerges. Older music moguls taking young artists under their wing, exposing them to a lifestyle that can make or break them. Usher, too, was reportedly mentored by Diddy at a young age, a relationship that started with excitement but now seems tainted in light of these new revelations. Bieber, like Usher before him, was swept into an industry network where young talent was sometimes viewed more as assets to be exploited.
I seen on the video that Puff had ran into Justin Bieber. They met up, and he started tapping him as if he was searching him and see if he had some kind of device on. Did you see that?
Yep.
Check this out. What if the federal government have already talked to Justin Bieber? And Diddy did that on tape. That means in his mind, he thinks this person may be a witness. Right?
Yep.
What he had just done that is against the law?
Nothing that we've seen.
Tampering with a federal witness. If they have already talked to Justin Bieber prior to him doing that, he goes and look like he's searching him. It appears that he's asking Justin Bieber, yo, you got a wire or something like that? Like, you're tampering with a federal witness.
Behind the scenes, Patty likely watched Justin's career take off with both pride and fear. She trusted industry veterans, hoping they would guide him safely. never suspecting that her choice to allow him near Diddy would face such scrutiny years later. With a past marked by abuse and hardship, she may not have foreseen the potential dangers ahead.
If a victim comes out against Usher, it'll show how egregious it is. Because if he can be a predator, then anybody can be a predator.
Can't smile in your face the whole time.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, people look at Usher, they don't see that. They're not seeing the victim. They're not seeing that boy that got rushed to the hospital. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there. Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute. And his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there, but you got custody of him first.
Yeah.
Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him.
For Patty, Justin's success represented an opportunity to lift him out of poverty, a chance to break free from hardship and build a brighter future.
Your journey with God has taken many different turns and twists, and God has blessed your life with a precious son named Justin.
Yes.
And I think we're going to pull Justin. Justin didn't know this, but Justin, you were in the studio. Come on over here. He's a good-looking 14-year-old young man. Have a seat right next to your mom.
And he sounds even better than he looks.
He does.
Can we Google this guy?
You can Google Justin. Patty, tell us a bit about what's happening now in Justin's life. This is hot off the presses.
Yeah, actually, Justin is not just healthy like I prayed, but like I said, he's really talented. He's been putting up videos on YouTube, and he is now the #1 most subscribed to musician in Canada on YouTube.
On YouTube.
And number 20th in the world. Musician in Canada.
And we heard him sing.
We met him here.
Yeah,
he sang for us in the green room earlier.
What a voice. You would never believe could come out of And
out
a
of
voice
you.
that's caught
It's
the
beautiful.
attention of some pretty high up people.
Yeah, he was being courted by the different music labels, and I don't know if you know if Justin Timberlake and Usher were actually fighting over who could sign him, and so we just signed with the music label, and we're moving in about a week to the US. So it's a big step, and he's got a long journey and great plan.
However, fame has its cost. Gene Deal's comments have put Patty's choices under a microscope. By allowing Justin close to Diddy, she may have unknowingly exposed him to an industry full of pitfalls. But the question remains, was she simply naive? Or did she overlook warning signs for the sake of Justin's career?
When you have a son who is a superstar, you've got to think about security and safety. I mean, you've got so many people who want to, see him, be him, marry him, but you also got the crazies out there. Do you worry about his safety?
Of course. I mean, I think every mom worries about their kids. So, but he's got really good security guards and a great team around him that, try to keep him out of dangerous situations. Yeah, of course I worry. I'm a mama.
Yeah. But what do you have to do that's different than, say, the typical mom at home?
Well, I mean, now that he's 18, it's time for me to let go a little. But when he was younger, I couldn't ground him. You're not going to your concert tonight. I mean, I just get creative, take away phones and computers and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
And how does he respond to that? Does he Mom, I'm Justin Bieber. You can't do that.
No. No, he would come home after a tour and I would say, honey, the garbage needs taken out. Mom, go take out the garbage.
He sounds like a real respectable, just young boy. What's he been like as a child for you?
Oh, he's such a different kid than I was. I was really wild and crazy, and he's a good kid, and he makes a lot of good.
In a world of secrets and rumors, Gene Deal's recent reveal has rocked the celebrity world with a shocking suggestion that Patty may have sold Justin to Diddy's influence. This claim implies a tangled web of manipulation, power dynamics, and neglect within the entertainment industry.
Usher did have a situation, and that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bruh, you know I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room. Had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Huff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl dead in her mouth.
Let's go back to the mid-2000s, when a 15-year-old Justin Bieber first entered Diddy's world. This connection wasn't random. Usher, another of Diddy's proteges, played a significant role in introducing Justin to the mogul.
I mean, there's protections for animals, on filming. I think there need to be protections legally put in place to protect people when they're filming, human beings. Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence now hopes that legislation will be enacted in the wake of the Harvey Weinstein scandal. Weinstein's decades-long chain of alleged harassment was a dirty Hollywood secret. As far as we know, though, all of Weinstein's accusers were of legal age when the alleged incidents occurred.
But there is Hollywood's other dirty secret that victimizes the most vulnerable, children. And someone who's spoken out about this and is painfully aware is former child star Corey Feldman.
You freeze. You're in shock. I mean, children aren't supposed to handle that sort of stuff. I can tell you that the number one problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia.
Nobody talks about pedophilia.
It's the big secret.
And it's widespread?
Oh, yeah. I was surrounded by them.
For years now, as evidenced on Nightline in 2011, Corey Feldman has been claiming that he and his good friend, the late Corey Haim, were victims of molestation when they were young actors. Last year, he opened up to our Alex Hudgens.
Why didn't you
Kids are scared. Kids don't think I'm going to go. First of all, for me, the person that was doing it to me the most, I could say that the two people that did it to me were both close friends of mine, or so I thought.
Usher, who had also spent his youth under Diddy's mentorship at the so-called Flavor Camp, later confessed that being around Diddy exposed him to experiences beyond his years, leaving an impact that haunted him. Although he didn't share every detail, Usher's words hinted at an atmosphere filled with explicit content, unsettling power dynamics, and endless possibilities.
I met Justin Bieber. This kid comes up to you. He's not Justin Bieber yet. He's just some kid. And he says, I want to sing for you.
It was at the studio of Jermaine Dupri's. I said, why don't you set up a meeting between me and your manager? I'd love to meet with you and do this in a formal setting. I'm late for an appointment with Jermaine Dupri.
Right. And
I don't want to keep him waiting. Let's just do this the right way.
And then you have him come to audition for you, right?
Actually, there were a few people. My wife at the time.
Right.
It also was Perry Reed, L.A. Reid's first wife.
You were all sitting in a room
We were in a room.
Yeah.
And I showed her the video. And Perry says, are you crazy? You better get down there and meet this kid right now. He's amazing.
When all these dick pics come out and all this stuff with Bieber's big penis, are you the mastermind behind that? Say, listen, show off your big penis and people will come to those concerts. Or are you sitting there?
Is that the kind of manager he's doing?
Usher, are you sitting down with him and saying, yeah, show your cock or leave it in your pants? I mean, do you sit him down and say, look, part of this is PR, man?
By the way, he does have a brain of his own.
Yeah, but were you shocked at the size of his penis?
Hey, listen, he has a mind of his own. What he chose to do with his penis is his prerogative. He's managing that aspect of his life.
But Usher is somebody...
I have nothing to do with Justin Bieber's private parts.
Yet, despite these warning signs, Bieber's parents, especially Patty, seemed unfazed by the friendship between their teenage son and the much older Diddy. Looking back, many now wonder why she allowed Justin to be so deeply involved in Diddy's world.
To New York City. and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was. But I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was,
So
it was
nobody
crazy.
tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Precious Muir, a former Playboy model and witness to Diddy's notorious parties, recently spoke out, questioning why parents like Patty felt safe leaving their children with Diddy. She recalled seeing underage attendees at his events, raising serious concerns.
The thing. I have kids. I don't even post. And then, the Twitter trolls will be, we're her kids. Well, I'm protecting them. And this is sad. I mean, this is sad. And this one with Bieber.
This is the
same
Bieber
thing.
one? Yeah.
Where are the parents?
Yeah, and which parent would say, you know what? We don't know you. We know that you're a celebrity. Go and hang out with this guy for weeks on end by yourself. And at what time, at what era is this cool?
In the most critical years, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. How is this, Lena? They have you both seen this clip? turn. How is this normal?
So
They both
good.
turn into superstars. Yeah, that's the sacrifice you make. Yeah, well, yeah, that's the sacrifice. And one of them had to go to church and eat free.
Meanwhile, Justin's father, Jeremy Bieber, has also raised eyebrows with his own choices. Recently criticized for managing his young daughter Bey's Instagram in a way that some found disturbing, Jeremy's actions have fueled concerns about whether Bieber's parents always acted in his best interest, potentially leaving him vulnerable to outside influences.
Muir says she met Diddy and Cassie, who were dating. She says Diddy was obviously the leader of the pack, who took advantage of young girls who had showbiz dreams. It didn't matter if the girls were underage either. Muir says it was not a place for children, as there was nudity and sex, but that didn't stop Diddy from recruiting young women, allegedly. Muir says, quote, I saw people hooking up sexually. When I went to the bathroom, I saw condom wrappers and fragments of cocaine on the side with whatever thing they used to sniff it. She went on to say that as the leader, Diddy was never told no. She said, quote, you can sense that he has a lot of confidence and that he likes to be in control and tell his inner circle what to do. And I don't think anyone ever really says no to him. Security guards were apparently also present at these parties, who were on the watch for anyone who pulled out their phones to take pics or videos. These personal recordings were not allowed, but Diddy himself was allowed to record. And according to Muir, there were cameras scattered around the rooms recording events.
Several insiders hint that Justin faced anxiety and emotional struggles, particularly when Diddy's influence was strongest. Anonymous sources recall that Diddy exposed Bieber to an adult world, leaving him feeling trapped and overwhelmed by the pressure of the industry.
What does it mean to be an ambassador? What's your job? What do you do? Do you tell people about it?
Yeah. And
but not at this moment in time. But what you wanted to get behind this because you're always on the internet, right? So you know what it's like to be on. What are you doing when you were on the internet? Are you watching videos of your brother Justin?
yes, I listen to music and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So do you think it's important that you have something like kids' Wi-Fi to be able to protect you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jeremy, you have it at home, right?
We do, yeah, and we love it.
And was it just that simple as we were hearing it? It's like under 2 minutes, you said, to get the whole thing up and running. And
Yeah, you essentially just plug it in and away you go.
Yeah, very.
These insiders also describe a young Bieber burdened by expectations from those around him, especially the adults guiding his career. Friends from that time remember how Justin, though young, seemed jaded and aware of the complexities surrounding him, often withdrawn in situations where he felt out of place. Recently, fans have begun analyzing some of Bieber's past lyrics for possible references to his struggles. Songs like Where Are You Now and Lonely are now viewed as subtle cries for help, depicting feelings of isolation and the weight of fame.
A cover story, pop superstar Justin Bieber revealing he is now sleeping in an oxygen chamber as he faces what he calls deep-rooted issues. So can it help? Dr. Jen is back in a moment, but first, here's Diane Macedo.
It's like they want me to be perfect.
This morning, another clue to pop star Justin Bieber's state of mind. In his latest Instagram post, the singer admits he was unhappy during his last tour and is now, quote, very focused on repairing some of the deep-rooted issues that I have so that I don't fall apart. This on the heels of another Instagram post where he describes feeling super disconnected and weird. Bieber's also sharing images on Instagram of himself inside a hyperbaric oxygen chamber. Fans are now wondering if he's using the chamber to improve his mental health.
There's a good feeling, an uplifting of the mood because it also increases serotonin and you feel energized. Pain is decreased. You feel good afterwards.
Hyperbaric chambers typically treat conditions ranging from carbon monoxide poisoning to vision loss, but no studies have shown that it can improve mental health. Bieber hasn't said exactly why he's using the chamber. Experts warn the device may not be for everyone.
It can be used for depression and anxiety, but that's a less common use of it.
Ultimately, Bieber says whatever's going on, he wants to get better, writing, "Music is very important to me, but nothing comes before my family and my health."
According to a former tour manager, Justin's decision to distance himself from Diddy in recent years wasn't just a career move. It was a deliberate step to separate himself from influences he felt had stunted his personal growth.
But on to Justin Bieber, speaking of artists, he posted these kind of bizarre pictures over the weekend. Pictures that look like he's crying.
Yeah. Why is the question?
Yeah.
What's going on?
And the question is that performative? Are those real tears? We had in our morning meeting today, there were some people who thought maybe this is somebody that's not really crying, but they put eye drops on or something. But others thought, no, this is real. I don't know, but it certainly projects an image of somebody who's almost tormented.
Well, it's interesting because he uploaded a gallery of photos, and in that gallery there were like performance photos, there was a photo of marijuana, and then the next slide was 2 photos of him looking emotional with like tears coming down his face. So obviously everybody in the comments was like, are you okay? What's going on? Like a lot of concern. And his wife Haley actually commented on his post saying a pretty crier with the emoji where it's smiling but like a tear is coming down its face.
What do you think that means?
I think it's showing that it's not serious, but I do think it's also acknowledging that it was tears. It wasn't that it was just like eye drops from, because the reason why people think it might be eye drops is because the photo right before was of marijuana. So people thought, oh, he's putting in eye drops because he was just smoking. But with Haley saying you're such a cute crier, now that kind of confirms he was in fact crying. He was emotional over something, but he never addressed in his caption what exactly was going on, and who knows if he actually will, but a lot of people are concerned.
The full extent of Diddy's influence on Bieber may never be known, but recent insights reveal a complex struggle. If Patti Millette did, in some way, trade her son's freedom for fame, it raises questions about the music industry, parenthood, and the trust placed in those wielding power over young dreams. Will Bieber, or others affected by Diddy's influence, ever find peace, or are they forever linked to a legacy of fame mixed with fear?